Today, we are going to be talking about 11 simple tips and strategies you can use to rewire your brain to change your relationship with money. This is how to change your money mindset fast. Hey there, Marguerita here, mindset coach and lightworker from Pitbull and founder and creator of the Wealth Consciousness Movement and the Global Online Business Academy. And today I'm going to give you 11 tips to change your money mindset fast. As you know, your relationship with money is the direct cause of your results with money. So if you want to change your results with money, you have to change your relationship. You have to change your mindset and rewire your brain. So these 11 simple tips and strategies are things that you can do right now, starting today. And I want you to start to integrate them in your life on a daily basis, and you will start to see results really, really quickly. The way you think about money will change the results that you have with money and how much money you have in your life. So are you ready? Let's get started. If you do enjoy this video, then please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I am releasing more free content. And if you're not a part of the Wealth Consciousness Movement yet, then go to wealthconsciousnessmovement.com, register your details for free, where you will get access to so much free transformational content in my EFT Tapping library and my free trainings and interviews with experts to help you shift your money mindset and change your results with wealth and money. Okay, so the first tip is to be careful what ends up in your wallet. Think about it. If you open your wallet and it's always empty, what kind of message is that sending to your brain? I don't have any money. I'm broke. There's never enough money. It's a powerful message. Why do you think rich people always have a wad of cash when they open up their wallets? Psychologically, it sends a strong message. I have an abundance of money. I always have money. Money is always there for me. I have plenty of money. Whatever it is that you can think about that does for you psychologically, it is a strong and powerful psychological message that sends. So whatever you can afford to put in your wallet, do it. If you can only afford a $20 note, then put a $20 note in there and don't spend it. If you can afford to put $100 in there, put $100 in there. If you can afford to put $500 in there, put $500 in there, and start using cash more to pay for goods and services, because we need to keep the cash economy going. There is, as you know, a push to a centralized digital currency. Now, what happens is when we lose the physical cash, physical money, it changes our relationship with money, because it's no longer something that is tangible, that we have a connection to. You can't really connect to digital money. It's much more difficult than if you have cash. Secondly, of course, if there is a centralized currency, then there are more controls that are given away to centralized power, to governments, to banks, on how we use our money. And ultimately, we could be in a trap whereby we no longer have control over how we spend our money and what we do with our money, because the control is all of a sudden given over to a centralized body and agency. And that is something we definitely don't want. So that's a little aside. Use cash where you can. Secondly, mind your language. Do you realize that thoughts are things, that what you speak comes into reality? So if you're saying things like, I'm always broke, there's never enough money, I don't have enough money to pay my bills, and this could be something that you are speaking out loud, or the conversation that is going on in your head. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So start speaking about money in terms of abundance. Make sure your thoughts are abundant thoughts about money. And I'm going to give you more tips on how to change that during these next 11 tips. But it's really important that you pay attention to the conversation that is going on in your mind around money and how it relates in your life. Just because you have a current situation in your life doesn't mean that situation has to be sustained moving forward. And your language is a key component of that. If you start speaking differently about money and how money is showing up in your life and how you feel about money, it's actually really quite magical how your results with money will start to turn around pretty damn quickly. So number 3 is shift your focus to abundance. Start seeing abundance everywhere. And I don't just mean with money. So if you walk out into a garden that is flourishing, what do you see? You see an abundance of leaves, of life, of birds, of bees, of insects. You see abundance. Now, if you go into a city, what do you see? You see an abundance of infrastructure. You see an abundance of resources that have been built in order to facilitate, guess what? Money exchange. Cities are a part of our money exchange system, and cities are trillions of dollars of infrastructure that have been built in a very short period of time. So in a city, there is massive abundance. If you go to the beach, there is trillions and trillions and trillions of grains of sand. There is an abundance of water. There is an abundance of energy that is surrounding us all the time. Shift your focus to abundance. See abundance everywhere and embrace that we live in an abundant world and in an abundant universe. Once you shift your focus to abundance, you will start to see more and more abundance everywhere. Step number 4. Thank God I'm rich. I love this. I picked this up from one of my mentors years ago. And every time you go to pay for something at a checkout, or even if it's on your computer, thank God I'm rich. If you receive a bill and it's higher than you expected and you have that sinking feeling in your stomach as it's kind of like, oh my God, another bill that I can't afford to pay, shift it. Thank God I'm rich. Right. Thank God I'm rich on your bill. Here's another tip. Actually, here's a bonus tip. When you get a bill, write on it, thank you, universe, for all the money to pay this in full by the due date. Write a statement of gratitude for the money that you need to pay that bill and feel it. Sit there for a few seconds and feel that gratitude, and for the universe giving you the money to be able to pay that bill. It's amazing what happens when you start to put different thoughts, feelings out into the universe and then hand it over. Put that bill somewhere where you know that you're going to be able to pay it by the due date, and trust that you will have the money to pay that bill by the time that you have written on it. It's incredibly powerful. Another one is an attitude of gratitude. The tip that I just gave you is a part of this philosophy. Have gratitude for the abundance that you already have in your life. You do live in an abundant world, in an abundant universe. Be grateful for the abundance that you already have. Do you drink water every day? Do you have access to what seems like an infinite abundance of good, clean drinking water? Do you have an abundance of energy available to you through our electrical system? Do you flip a switch and the light goes on? Be grateful that you have the power to be able to have your computer on, to run your phone. Be grateful for the technology that you have in your life. Be grateful if you have some place to live and you have a roof over your head. Be grateful that you have food to be able to eat and sustain you. There are absolutely hundreds of things that you can find to be grateful for every single day. Shift your focus to gratitude. I guarantee you, if this is the only tip that you take away from this, and all you do is start to foster a constant attitude of gratitude, it will change your life. So stop whinging and complaining. We all have this tendency to whinge, bitch, and complain about what's not working. Have an attitude of gratitude for what is working. Here's a challenge. Stop complaining for just one day. Don't complain about anything for just one day. Every time you want to complain, think about something you're grateful for and speak that instead. It's going to be an absolute game changer for you. So, step number 6 is dress for success. Now, I'm not saying that you have to dress the way society dictates to you. What I'm saying is dress in a way that makes you feel good. So this whole thing about working from home is amazing, but And it's wonderful to have the choice to be able to sit at your computer in your pajamas or in your underwear, as they say in the ads. However, is that really setting your mind up for success? Would you feel better dressed at least a little bit smartly? Smart casual, maybe. Comfortable, yes. But if you are wearing something that makes you feel good inside, guess what that does? It actually shifts and changes your energy. So wear colors that make you feel good. Wear things that make you feel good inside. It will translate to a different energy, and which will translate into different results. And if you feel good getting dressed up when you go out, then do that. Don't go out in your sloppy Joe and your tracky dacks, which we call track pants in Australia. Make sure that you have something on that makes you feel good and increases your level of self-esteem and your feeling of self-worth. Self-worth is huge for money results, by the way. So take consistent, positive action to increase your feeling of self-worth, and you will change your results with money. Tip number 7, prosperity spending. I love this. So the vast majority of people are programmed to just spend their money on things that don't actually have any lasting meaning or worth. This whole retail therapy thing, it's really very damaging to our psychology. So I guarantee for somebody who has millions of dollars, yes, they may spend money hand over fist, but they will spend money on things that actually make them feel good, that support their wealth mindset and their wealth mentality. They won't spend money on rubbish, at least not a lot of money on rubbish. They might have a certain amount of expendable income that they just sort of witter away, but mostly they will buy clothes that make them feel good. They will buy possessions that make them feel good. I don't actually support the spending of money on meaningless possessions. I think our possessions are actually possessing us, and I think that is bad psychology. Too many people get into debt to buy stuff. So prosperity spending is buying stuff that is meaningful to you, buying stuff that is going to make you feel wealthy inside, that is going to give you a feeling of self-fulfillment and satisfaction and abundance and prosperity every time you see it. So for me, I spend money on things like crystals and books. I love books. The books give me knowledge. They are something that can actually help me to improve my wealth mindset, my success in my business. So buy things that make you feel good. Even if it's like a bunch of flowers, a big bunch of flowers that you can put in your home, and do that once a week. So every time you look at that big bunch of flowers, you feel this sense of connection and wealth and abundance inside. So when you go out to spend money, don't buy meaningless, worthless stuff that is just not going to mean much long term. It might give you a quick hit of dopamine, which is what retail therapy does, but it won't last the vast majority of the time. And most of the time, we just waste money on stuff that doesn't have a lasting impact on our lives and our psychology. Tip number 8. It's simple. Smile. Even you don't feel like it, smile. You will be amazed at how simply faking it till you make it, and smiling triggers the good feeling chemicals. The endorphins, the serotonin is triggered when you smile simply by lifting those facial muscles. It takes a lot more muscles to frown than it does to smile, and I guarantee you, when you frown, you will instantly feel a chemical change. When you smile, you will feel a positive chemical change. So just smile at people. And you know what else? When you smile at people while you are out, there are a percentage who will smile back. There are a percentage who won't, but there are a percentage who will. And a smile that is doubled increases the endorphins, not only for you, but for the other person as well. So share your smiles and help other people to feel good about themselves. Give people compliments and smile at them. So smiling is an incredibly powerful way to shift the chemical response in your body and helps you to feel more abundant. Tip number 9, take time to be still. This is so important. So many people are so busy doing. We are not human doings. We are human beings. Take time to be still. Take time to go inside, whether it be meditating, whether it be reading a really good book, whether it be simply going for a beautiful walk in a park or in the forest, going to the beach and sitting and listening to the waves and feeling the beautiful, abundant energy of this planet and of this earth. Too many of us get too caught up in the busyness of life and we forget to connect in. This is all about connecting into spirit, connecting into who you truly are, remembering who you truly are, remembering where you came from, because where you came from is an infinitely abundant source. So take time to be still and connect back in with that infinitely abundant source. Feel the abundance of energy coursing through you and know that you are an infinitely abundant and powerful being. This will change your life and change your money mindset when you do it consistently. All of these tips need to be done consistently and repeatedly, day by day by day, to shift your money mindset. Tip number 10 is practice manifesting, even if it starts with saying, I'd just like to be gifted a cup of coffee today, or something to that nature. Universe, help me to find $2 today. I guarantee when you start to practice this manifesting on a small scale, and it's actually just as easy to manifest big things as it is to manifest small things. But when you start getting that proof and that reinforcement that manifesting works, so when you start small, then you increase it. It's like, wow, that really worked. You start to build the neurons that say, and you start to build the neurons that build trust in the process. And once you have faith, faith is actually probably the key component that most people forget in manifesting. It's intending, setting the intention, setting your focus on what it is that you want to manifest, and then trusting that you are going to manifest it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in a week's time, in a month's time, depending on how big it is. But if it's something small, you can manifest that really, really fast. So practice manifesting all the time and continuing to increase that what it is that you want to manifest as you build proof and faith and trust in the process. Tip number 11 is to expect miracles. You don't get what you deserve, you get what you expect. So start to expect miracles. Start looking for miracles. Do you realize that miracles are happening in your life every single moment of every single day? And when you start to expect miracles, then more and more miracles will show up. You will see more and more evidence of miracles in your life. And really, a miracle is just something that you actually don't expect. Once it starts to happen all the time, it's no longer a miracle. It becomes normalized. It becomes a part of your everyday life. So start to expect miracles, and you will see that miracles are happening in abundance, and that truly anything really is possible. So I do hope you have enjoyed that. That is the 11 tips to changing your money mindset fast. Implement these as if your life depends on it, because anything truly is possible. And if you are not a part of the Wealth Consciousness Movement yet, then please head over to wealthconsciousnessmovement.com and register your details there. There is an abundance of free transformational tools, including EFT tapping videos, trainings that I have created specifically that are powerful transformational tools for your mindset. All you need to do is register your details and it's all free. I look forward to seeing you in the Wealth Consciousness Movement very soon.